I truly don't even know where to begin. I like Revenger. So the anime non-spoiler review is about Raizo Kurima, who is a samurai. I'm just gonna basically spoil the first episode. The first 10 minutes of the first episode. He's a samurai looking for redemption. And all 12 episodes are his journey to like not only forgive himself, but to redeem himself in his own eyes. And it's actually very engaging seeing him wrestle with the things that he did in the past and try to figure out who he wants to be in the future. I love the characters, I really do. A lot of things that happen are just memeable clips because they're just so ridiculous. It's a lot of dumb fun. I like the plot a lot too. There's nothing wrong with the plot. Like, the thing about Revenger, right? There is nothing wrong with the plot, there's nothing wrong with the characters. It has a beginning, middle, and end. It's a good journey. But there's a but. I like Revenger. I was having so much fun with Revenger. You know what they say about bad endings? Let's just say this. Non-spoilery, right? This show has 12 episodes, and episode 12 is the worst episode. And I honestly wish I didn't watch it. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Remember what I said about Raizo's redemption arc. From episode 1 to episode 12, we go on this journey with him. So, Raizo ends up killing his father-in-law. He thinks he's doing the right thing. It turns out, yeah, no, he was set up. And he killed his father-in-law and made his fiance commit unalive because of it. Because she found out it was him, and she was like, oh, okay, my life is ruined. Cool. After Raizo realizes he's been manipulated, he tries to go to her, and she's already gone. I mean, it's his fault. He actually hates himself. He actually wants to unalive himself also, but the other characters convince himself not to do it. The main Revenger, he thinks that Raizo can be more than just a samurai, you know, because that's all he is. And we go on this 12 episode journey of watching him grow and watching him bond with the other Revengers and watching him discover that he can be things more than a samurai. In multiple episodes, they encourage him to find a new purpose in life. And we spend 12 episodes, right? 12 episodes for this. He finds a new purpose in being a Revenger, which a Revenger is just a person who carries out the vendettas of other people. And episode 12 is just, the more I think about it, the worse it is. How about you guess? You guess how Raizo's story ends. After all of that, after 11 full episodes of following him on his journey to become a better person and forgive himself for what he did, you know what his end is? You know what it is? He dies. Not only does he die, but a kid stabs him in the back and he bleeds out and dies. Not only that, but he can't move on from what he did to his fiance. He keeps drawing her because he says that she's haunting him, which, you know, fair. The characters all make a big deal about it, like, you have to learn to draw other things. Not just draw other things, but I guess let her go. In episode 12, he has his final battle, right? He's prepared to die, but he doesn't die. And when he didn't die in that battle, I was like, okay. So this is the point where he stops being a Revenger and he becomes an artist, and that's full circle for his journey. Nope, you gotta pull the rug under me. It just makes me wonder, what was the point of this anime? Not only does he not forgive himself and not move on, he's still haunted by her. And I thought this episode he'd be able to draw other things, but no. And what was the point? Episode 12 alone takes this anime down a point for me. Like, if you watch episodes 1 through 11, this anime is a solid 8. If you watch episode 12, this anime is a 6 at best, and I think that's being generous. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. It's not like bad endings can't be good, or I don't like bad endings. I like 91 Days a lot. I love 91 Days, and that ending is bleak as hell. It's such a bleak ending. Bleaker than this. But after this journey, after so long with him, just what was the point? He could have just died in the first episode and, you know, you'll end up in the same place you are in episode 12. He just, wow. It's just so astonishing. But the thing is, I like it up to episode 11. And it's not even Raizo, like the episode in general is just, the episode is weird, right? Because it's not badly paced. The things that happen on screen make sense. It's not rushed. I mean, it has a finale for the plot it's been building on for like 6 or 7 episodes, but it was just kind of lukewarm. Imagine you're setting up this plot for 6 or 7 episodes. It's an actually very interesting plot. And after all of that setup, everything about the plot is solved in half an episode. That's episode 12. It's so much setup. It's so much setup and so much plotting and so much talking and discussing and planning. It's like a ball of yarn. There are so many strings going everywhere. It's just a big mess. The plot is a big mess, but in a good way. It's like there's a bunch of different players on the board. So, of course, that only takes half an episode to wrap up. I don't even know. It's not bad because it's not badly paced. It's just that after all of that, the main villain gets taken out in like 2 minutes. It makes sense for the story to go in this direction. It's just a disappointing direction. With a plot like this, with a plot as dense as they set it up, first of all, they set it up to be this dense, and they just solve it in half an episode. Okay. I was just kind of disappointed also. I didn't want to say the word disappointed, but there we go. I was kind of let down by the enemy cast of Revengers that were introduced because they were kind of hyped up. They were kind of hyped up to being all that, and they kind of just went down very easily. So they managed to defeat the opium. Wow. They managed to defeat the main bad guy and capture his opium den so that he doesn't poison Nagasaki or keep poisoning the whole town because he's been doing it. And at the end of the episode, the Revengers, they keep revenging. The church was also involved, which is what gives them money that pays them out for their revenge jobs. They just keep taking jobs from the church. Even though the church hired the enemy Revengers to kill them, and they knew it, but they go back to the church and the status quo is back. Okay. And then Raizo dies. He dies alone under a bridge. And that's his story. Great. That's what you get. That's what you get for being invested in this story. He dies alone under a bridge, not getting over anything, being the same person he was in episode 1. Wow. That's all I can really say. Just wow. I like Revenger. Honestly, I recommend watching episodes 1 through 11 and making up what happens next. Make a fan fiction. It would be better. 8 out of 10 if you stop at episode 11. 6-ish? More like 5-ish, really, if you watch episode 12. Wow.